Okay, sorry.
If you
Okay, I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
when I give you answer now, then you
Okay. Explain again. I'm not asking you no more question again. Okay, let's go ahead now.
go to school. The English say I need the English.
Okay, sorry. That was sorry now. Sorry.
Say I need you take that. You take
I'm
that.
taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay,
Say to I can take that
to explain.
Print media, they use everything to promote dirty propaganda. So they take advantage of that and they spread their own dirty propaganda to outpower us, to outsmart us, to gather us around the world. So investors cannot come here because you want to come. They'll be afraid. That's their intention, not to allow investors to come. So,
meaning what?
meaning when I decide with the great sons and daughters of Nimba to liberate themselves from the yoke of oppression, from the oppressive and diabolical regime, we were prepared for any eventuality. I'm glad that we are free. We are totally free. We were marked for total extermination, destruction of Nimba and the people. Now we are free. So whoever want to bring World Crown Code to hell with you, go and bring it. I'm prepared to face the music.
Now,
don't stop embarrassing me. Go and bring it.
Okay.
Don't fool all the day with pray. All the day are coming. Go there, they already prepare for you. Look here. When you want to build a house, you should count the cost.
Meaning what?
Meaning when I decided to put my life on the line with the great sons and daughters of Nimba to liberate themselves from the yoke of oppression, from the oppressive and diabolical regime, we were prepared for any eventuality. I'm glad that we are free. We are totally free. We were marked for total extermination, destruction of Nimba and the people. Now we are free. So whoever want to bring World Crown Code to hell with you, go and bring it. I'm prepared to face the music.
Now,
don't stop embarrassing me. Go and bring it.
Okay.
Don't fool all the day with pray. All the day are coming. Go there, they already prepare for you.
Senator Johnson, in the process of the liberation of your county, most of those people calling for the establishment of World Crown Code feel that you committed war crimes.
Listen to
crime
me,
against humanity.
Daily violent killing people, and Nimba County is declared a dangerous zone. Magibi dangerous zone, Maserati dangerous zone. Why can't we keep our dirty mouth closed for World Crown Code and think about how we will save our people? We are fighting in Monrovia here, talking about 2 months salary for the civil servants. We are talking about material and incentives for other medical workers, health workers. We are worrying about our people. Just leave this World Crown Code because it will never come to this country. Listen to me.
Senator,
are
you aware?
I will close it now.
No, sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to close it because you are a journalist and you asking. I said you are. I do not know how to classify you. Listen to me. I went to Japan, Tokyo. I went to Japan with Wale Duna and 2 other senators. That's about 2006. We went there to attend a conference of many major organizations from the world that organize the Rome Statute. The Rome Statute is the one that established the Hague that Taylor went to. Now, we discussed and brought that Rome Statute home to Liberia, and it was ratified by the Liberian legislature in 2007. In 2007, we established the Rome Statute, meaning Liberia is a member of the Hague. But our war was fought from 1989 to 2003. So the Rome Statute was ratified in 2006 or 2007. That means Liberia is not on the agenda of the Hague. Liberia is not part of the World Crown Code. It will never be because our war ended long before the World Crown Code was ratified by the Liberian legislature. So if you don't know this, let me tell you, that is what is happening.
Honorable Senator, those who are advocating for the establishment of the War Crimes Code, are they cognizant of what you just explained?
People who go around, those are belly-driven people who go around advocating for War Crimes Code. But I am telling you, as the most senior official for NEMA country and the father of NEMA country, there will be no War Crimes Code in Liberia. The president of Liberia has no power to bring it because our war ended a long time before Liberia ratified the Rome Statute that established the War Crimes Code. So there's no War Crimes Code. Those who are talking, they are ignorant people who do not know what to say or what to do.
If this is true and the War Crimes Code will never come, why do your supporters allegedly attack those who are advocating?
If you are a NEMA boy sitting down there, then you are very stupid as a journalist. Because if we didn't fight to liberate our country, you would have been dead. Your father and your mother would have been dead. You would have no country to be to. You would have no radio station called NEMA Country Radio. So we fought to keep our people alive. Do you remember that they went to Lutheran Church and massacred people in Lutheran Church? Are you aware, you damn stupid journalist, that they brought 300 billion?
Senator, you can read insult. Senator, no, don't read insult.
We are talking about virus killing people.
Yeah,
and
but
you're waking me up with prior knowledge.
Yeah,
I'm sleeping in my bed.
No,
you waking me up.
NEMA is accusing you of your supporter.
Is a fight to liberate our country. You would have been dead. Your father and your mother would have been dead. You would have no country to be to. You would have no radio station called NEMA Country Radio. So we fought to keep our people alive. Do you remember that they went to Lutheran Church and massacred people in Lutheran Church? Are you aware, you damn stupid journalist, that they brought 300 billion?
Senator, you can read insult. Senator, no, don't read insult.
We are talking about virus killing people.
Yeah,
and
but
you're waking me up with prior knowledge.
Yeah,
I'm sleeping in my bed.
No,
you waking me up.
NEMA is accusing you of your supporter.
Is a dog.
The
son of NEMA is a dog, because if I tell my dog can't go. But that one is worse than a dog.
Senator,
we should be talking about the virus.
Senator, please calm down. Please avoid profanity.
Wash your hands.
Please avoid profanity.
Nose so you can't get a disease. Because if you bring War Crimes Code, this and look, Jesus went to the temple and turn the table order down and flog the people. So I will be flogging you out with my mouth. I'm tired with you. You want War Crimes Code? Bring it. We are prepared.
Not me.
No, but you are one of the advocates.
No, but you know, for ABC journalism, we have to consult you as well, because somebody just dropped on the line. Somebody just dropped the line. Yeah, leveling grave allegation that your supporters are attacking. So we have to consult you.
You know, Pedro, they carry water to point the whole of Boeing Quilla. We intercepted those things and got rid of them. We fought for freedom, my friend. Nelson Mandela fought for freedom. Che Guevara fought for freedom. Everybody that were oppressed fought for freedom. Freedom. And you know what happened? You're not a small boy. Then you sit down in that dance station calling me from my bedroom this morning, waking me up.
It's because somebody level grave allegation against you.
You should have called me if you really wanted an attentive comment from me. You should have informed me. Papi, tomorrow I will call you in the morning for you to make a comment on what somebody has said.
Yeah, but Senator,
but now you don't just call me from my bedroom. Now you're damn equal. I'm a leader of the people.
That
innocent. Stupid. I want to be irresponsible.
That's innocent.
You're one of those who joined the damn list. You're not a journalist.
No, Senator, you can't re-insult. Senator, you can't re-insult. You can't continue re-insult. No, we have to consult you because someone level grave allegation against you, Senator. So probably the next time we'll not consult you because
I have been working for the past 6 years with the government, and we are caretaker. We are the one that's doing the cleaning up and thing. Since Joseph Boakai for the past 6 years, since Joseph Boakai took over for the past 3 months, they be demanding us to come to work every day. For me, I pay $450 to where I live to come here and $450 to go back. Every day they will take listing for oil carry. But I was surprised yesterday, the minister called that if you want to have a meeting with us, So we got there, Paulina came, and Paulina said, there is no budget for us. She's not going to pay us, and she put it all down. Maybe when she get money the 15th or next month, she will pay us. But everybody that work on a job, we are government, she will put everybody down, and that's what she did. So we got angry, we went to the mansion in group, 730 persons. Paulina, she said, Joe, we have put her father down, but you were working. So anybody that work on a job, we are with him, that job we are put there, she will put them down. Paulina cried super. So therefore, she came and said, she's not working with us again, and she didn't pay us. So I saw that we work in this government for the past 6 years. And then
from the presidency. However, I was resolute in my determination to uphold the principles of democracy, recognizing that the will of the people must always prevail. While the Cuban leaders have a major responsibility in guaranteeing the protection of democracy, the burden of its sustenance rests with their successor. Democracy does not end with elections. We must continue to build faith in a system that ensures a respectable and transparent process and hold new leaders accountable to their promises. As leaders and citizens, it is important to hold each other accountable to the values we profess. We must resist the temptation of dictatorship, the seductions of power for its own sake. We must demand transparency, integrity, and justice from our government, from our institutions, and from ourselves. And we must not shy away from holding our partners in the international community to the same standard. Too often, the rhetoric of democracy and human rights is used as a blunt tool to advance narrow geopolitical interests, rather than as a genuine commitment to universal principles. We must challenge this hypocrisy wherever we find it and insist upon a more equitable and just world order. Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let us remember that the future of Africa lies not in the hands of any one leader or nation, but in the collective will and determination of its people. Let us continue and let us work together across borders and boundaries to build a continent that is truly free, truly prosperous, and truly just. And let us never lose sight of the fact that our greatest strength lies not in our resources or our wealth, but in our unity and our resilience. As we confront these challenges, we must reaffirm our commitment to democracy, not as a hollow slogan, but as a guiding principle that informs every facet of governance and decision making. It is incumbent upon each of us to safeguard how
Imagine people who are serving as mediator between these two people. President Baka Kima is being very vindictive.
This country. Now, seeing the man who heads the national legislature, where every other impeachment proceedings could start, that were here to be in the case of Wakai,
Where now there is around $60 to $70 for a cup of rice. Imagine chicken and you just get 400,000 towards operation. In Toronto, when people got blind, it was a sign. So when a leader taking power and seeing signs that I think a lot prepare it any way for them. We clear, but that is not my issue. Not my issue. They are coming to attack me for the sake of the Liberian people. But I want to inform all Liberians. My struggle here is not for myself. My struggle is for the Liberian people to be redeemed from what is unfolding right now. Bwaga used medicine to come to power. Our Omen play real witch. Why he said that you're going to dance with the devil, it wasn't ordinary. But in the country, when people say things, sometimes we overlook it until those things get at us. And don't be surprised, you'll just be driving your car in the street fire, or just catch on your car. And that old man is paying back for what he actually requested for. But more to that, President Bwaga will not rest. We will make sure that the money he brought to this country will keep President Bwaga feet to the fire. Imagine all the homes that have gotten bread in this country. This man has one day now spoken against this issue. See how wicked this old man is. For this old man, look at the budget he sent to the legislature for fire service. Okay? I'm sure you that this man mean well. This man said he declared war. The president said he declared war on drugs in this country. See the money the president sent for drugs. Everything gone towards cyber. You just get 400,000 towards operation. So imagine DA does not have more than 3 cars within our compound. So everything is just fake. Now you see the FPRC boss is making plan with Amar Kone. That what Amar Kone wrote, it does not make sense. But this guy actually came to loot this country. President, we have meant well for this country. But this guy was able to manipulate, not just physically, but spiritually, to manipulate the minds of the people as I speak to you right now. Every word you want, people that I know, friends that I know, that went against President George Weah, they are today coming to some of us, oh brother, we are sorry for what happened. We didn't understand governance. So spiritually, this man was able to confuse the minds of the people to go against President Weah. But we are not worried, President Weah are going to show all Nigerians that President Weah will be back in the executive mansion. The executive mansion that he started fixing, that he faced today, that President Bwaga is enjoying himself, where he cannot even walk correctly to claim that place to go to work. We're going to make sure that President Weah come back 2029. I'm informing all that even the 40,000 people they think they want to take, that was a mere block. The day, I want to set a caveat, the day President Bwaga make a team to put Liberians down from job in the name of they were employed by President George Weah, that day, that identical day, President Bwaga will also go home. We'll find another president to be there that will come to stabilize this country. This country is divided, and President Bwaga is not serious to us unifying this country. And we as leaders will not sit in the country to allow President Bwaga to have their own will. That old man who sleeps almost all day will not just come to be causing problems in this country. And I'm disappointed in the American government. I'm disappointed in them. The American government sits up there. They were giving press release here every day. Let people die in prison compound. People hanging themselves. People dying broad day. People stabbing people all in the street. There is no release from the government. There is no sound of surety. There is no security in the country. You find them, they fight at this intercession just to justify. But one thing I want to say tonight, that budget that President Bwaga said is not a serious budget. That budget is a mere bluff. That budget is there to caricature the people. That budget is there to enrich President Bwaga and his family. I will not sign to that budget if President Bwaga does not put enough money for all of the hospitals. I will not sign to that budget if there is no money for wild fees for the children. I will not sign to that budget if JFK is not factor and other public hospitals in Liberia. I will not sign to that budget if the Liberian people are not prioritized electricity, the expansion, and every other thing the people are supposed to benefit from. Now the bag of rent has increased. Copper rent now is around $60 to $70 for copper rice. Imagine chicken air now, the Wayne Kosu. There are a lot of different things happening. Imagine in Gossen William, I've been walking around the feet and just to know the process of things. You won't believe 2 days ago I wrote taxi to know what is unfolding. The Liberian people are dying. They are not an issue. This man did not come to rescue. This is why you see this old man is very ungrateful. President George Weah, who rescued this man from the grave, President George Weah, sent this man. Imagine when President Weah won election. President Weah drove to Bwaga house. President Weah took 2 cars and gave it to Bwaga. And whatever Bwaga requested for, President Weah gave it to Bwaga at a time. Imagine President Weah went and gave this man as far as the grandchildren. He gave them diplomatic passport. There are text messages between President Bwaga and former President George Weah requesting for things. Imagine people who are serving as mediators between these two people. President Bwaga came out, he's being very vindictive. And one of the issues that Bwaga has with President George Weah, he feels that he should have been president in this country for 12 years, and President Weah took since of the 12 years So you feel that he should not forgive or he should not do the end president. We did not do wrong. The people voted for George Weah. Imagine see what happened in Nima. I'm telling you, day after tomorrow, I'm on my way to Nima. We will make sure that the Unity Party candidate will not win. We will make sure, and the Nimadians were very, very ungrateful to George Weah. Now they have seen who this old man is. The old man used them to make sure he got to power, just to make sure he turned back against them. But Prince Johnson, he will learn the hard way. Prince Johnson will learn the very hard way. We are not interested in Prince Johnson or whatever the situation is. But the kind of work that George Weah did in Nima, Manaseri said did not do that work. But we are just very clear. On the 19th, I'll be protesting. I'm doing my operation tonight. As I speak to you now, I'm doing my mobilization. I'm calling everybody out of my blood cells and everybody coming up. And on the 19th, trust me, the human being you see us on the 19th, you have never seen any of the history of Liberia before. Thank you.
What protest will be about? And what's it? Because we have a student protest and
are endorsed. So the protests are endorsed. I and 3 other lawmakers have endorsed the students' protest. The essence of the protest is President Bouaka is very insensitive towards what is happening in the country. The owner is behaving like he's not paying attention. Imagine, look at the thing that happened, the demolition that went on over there. Okay, look at the fire disaster in West Point. The reason President Bouaka went to the speaker today, he did not go there because he loved the speaker. He went there on a map block because he wants to show that he's working with Kofa. We know that every day President Bouaka is making an attempt to remove this identical man from this speakership. But we are not interested. That is wrong. You don't remove someone there that number. You don't
Foko, you've said this, and I know for sure you just called in briefly. And this student protesting, we'll talk about it subsequently. But again, yesterday's fire incidents, and as you were speaking, as other callers have spoken already, you said that this thing about the fire, it doesn't matter how many fire trucks we have in this country. The utterances from Joseph Boakai, giving credit to the devil and dancing with the devil, is going to lead into these disasters and calamities in this country. Now, seeing the man who has the national legislature, where every other impeachment proceedings could start, that were here to be in the case of Boakai, but Boakai to not be in power, then the calamity stops. For his horse to be blind in that form and faction, don't you think God is sending a message to him? Say, Fonati, if you guys don't take action to have Boakai out, that the more wrath you guys will face, don't you think that's the message for last night's incident?
That is the message, and that message, I think that message is even more than that. I think God need to take phone and call Kofa and say, Kofa, I'm talking to you as my son. I think God need to take cell phone and call him. But without that, Chief, I mean, watch the budget, just watch the flow of the budget, see what happens. The budget discussion by the grace of God should start any moment from now. And what's what happened in the legislature? And you see the good thing, cousin? There are people from the Unity Party, they are lawmakers. We are talking with them. I mean, those guys are so disappointed by the old man, how the old man is proceeding. There are just a lot of internal issues, not just with the citizens outside, but even with us as leaders. There are people who supported the old man. Those people now have started to get disappointed in how the old man is proceeding. I don't know whether you noticed something, cousin. Do the statistics, do the whole analysis. You know that continuous are not coming to Liberia before. The way businesses work, bring a lot of continuous to report there, even for the voters. You check now, for anybody you know in NRA, they are not even raising revenue like before because God is angry with the decision of the people. Most especially with this old man, the way he came to power. He did not come to power by the grace of God. He came to power by the grace of his own demon. So God is allowing us to go through what we are going through, but we're going to provide leadership. We're going to provide guardian. We're going to make sure our people will not die from this kind of bad leadership. We're going to make sure that everything we put in place and whatever it requires, we stand for our people in making sure that President Bouaka be exposed to the world.
Wherever you are, it's great joining us tonight right here on this very day. And so we are grateful to the Almighty God that we are here beaming with life and that of good health. And no matter what the circumstances are, we are certainly getting there. And welcome to the program Face the Issues. On the program Face the Issues, we don't discuss personalities, nope, but issues involving personalities. But when personalities do their thing in front of those issues, we don't in any way hesitate, but rather we tear you apart. And normally and usually because of the pain that we attend tearing you apart, we just tell you sorry. But that sorry does not in any way means that we regret our actions. So we are forever grateful to the Almighty God that we are here tonight again to do what we can. But on a very sad note, there was a serious tragic
accident that occurred, and I on the route to my own home county, Grand Bassa County, and I understood. So if you had any relative or friends who were applying that route today, there was a very damaging video image that we saw, which of course is not too good to even display here, with you leading apparently allegedly, and of course reportedly leading to the death of about 6 persons. But if you were to see the taxi, you can tell that indeed instead of moving, truck was able to run into a green taxi, and that saw about almost 6 persons dead. Quite terrible. Terrible things are happening. We think for sure we I saying peace be to the ashes of those people and their relatives. Also, we want to say sympathy to you. We extend our sympathy, but we think people should be very careful along these routes. Pray and be very careful when you're going about things nowadays. For me, I just believe strongly things are no longer normal, and things are not just okay. The level of death rates in this country is increasing in its tens on a weekly basis. So out of 1 week time, you'll see out of 10 to 15 persons are reported dead within a week time. I'm not talking about those ones happening at hospitals under normal circumstances, natural circumstances, sicknesses and so forth. But I'm talking about those ones that you just see accidentally, things are happening to people, people just dying. It's not fire that destroying. So lives and properties are being destroyed. See, in fact, just on the increase on a daily basis. It's not too normal as to how things are happening. If it were not accident, it's fire. If it is not fire, then you found this other thing, the other disaster. And these are all things that amount to calamities. And you may not be able to understand these things. Nearly 6 persons nearly died. I saw that Ablige TV was there, and DTV Online did repost it. And giving credit to Ablige TV, I saw it, and I was really broken from what I saw. 6 persons died, and in that accident. So what we are hearing is reported that is what it is. But if you even saw the folks there, you know that these folks, they could not just survive easily, and it is too bad. Too bad. We have to pray and do everything, ask God to guide us continuously, protect us as we go through these trial times. These are not just normal times. So we think with God above all, we will over all prevail. That's one thing for sure we can say. But that incident was very much shocking today. Very much terrible. And I saw it. I really, and I was really looking at it, and I said, wow, what could be this thing that just happened? And it's still terrible. Very much terrible, and I was very shocked by that. So I was very shocked and broken. I haven't seen such an accident as one that I saw today in the form and faction. The way things are going, we just have to pray that God Almighty will guide us and lead us through in all of our dealings. Some of you may want to say, oh, it's political. Yeah, it may not be. But again, you got to just pray. In whatever we do, we just have to pray about it, that God will carry us through in all that we do. I think for sure we are certainly getting there. So these are trial times, and we can always pray for the best for our country, no matter where you're from, who you are. You can always pray for the best for your country. Things are not too normal in this country. And even some of the things that are happening, sometimes when you see some of the things that are happening, you will get to wonder why they are happening the way they're happening. Yeah, you got to ask yourself a question. But again, when you want to ask too many tougher questions, then people tend to politicize it, and you don't want it being politicized. Yeah. So you don't want it like that. So you just leave it. But it's bad. It's bad. Too touching. And we think it's quite terrible. We can only pray to the Almighty God for his guardians, I think that today, yeah, DTV Online, my guys saw it, and I think they were able to make sure to share with us that image today. So I will just go there and share with you as well what we saw today, and we can share with you what we saw today, because maybe some of you may think that we just, but this image is very terrible. You see this? It is bad. It is, let me just share with you. Things are not too good. It's not about politics. It's just about reality. That is what it is. That is what it is. So you can see here, you know that nobody really survived. All of them right
4% debt.
too terrible.
4% debt in take off 5%. 4% 4% debt in take off 5%.
Very, very terrible.
4% debt in take off 5%. 4% debt in take off 5%.
Occupant.
4% debt in take off 5%. 4% debt in take off 5%.
I don't know. There was a pastor who was saying we should pray to share God's country.
Take off 5%.
Whatever it is. He said we must pray to share God's country about the election. I thought his prayer point God would have told him is to pray. Because these are trying times. These are end times. Terrible things will happen. We have to pray. These are not good times. We'll always go into terrible times. As we are growing up, we are going, trial times will continue. Different forms and kinds of tests will always come. So the better prayer we can ask our members, and those of you who are pastors who would like to ask your members to talk about, is to tell them, say, you got to pray. These are trying times. Things will not be easy. Don't make it to look like things will be easy. That's how some of you deceive these people. You made it to appear that things will be fine. Who told you? Every level of growth, the challenges we face today were not the challenges we faced in times past. Those times are gone. Every level you reach has got to have its own challenge. And especially when we are in end times, we are in more trying times. So you better not pray to live in these times. A lot of things will happen. Terrible things are happening. That's why some of us had problem when our leader had to say, even if you will dance with the devil, already in itself, you don't have to even declare that you will dance with the devil. The devil will have to make its way to you. You don't have to declare even that you have danced with the devil. In the end times, it's clear in the Bible. You don't have to declare. You don't have to even pronounce anything and say, I will do business. No, the devil will hunt you to do business. So there's a result to resist. So all we are craving for is not to just fall into temptation. Well, no. We will face temptations. The only thing we can pray against is not to fall into temptation. Pray not to fall into temptation. You can't pray not to face temptation. You will face temptation. If Jesus Christ of all people can face temptation, who are you that you will not face temptation? Your ability not to fall into temptation is what matters. So when we are in these kind of times and you see men of God and stay in the business of preaching signs and wonders and telling people XYZ, like the other man of God who are telling people, say they must pray. I don't know how far a call to the nation went. Nobody took him serious anyway. Because you are very unserious in his call. He was not even somebody who's speaking from God's point of view. These are people who sat in their churches and all they were praying about, and that's why we always come on the show and talk to them. They are the one that are causing serious problem in this country. They sat in their churches and all they were praying about, telling their members what kind of political decisions they are supposed to make. Terrible group of people. Today, for them to determine where the prayer point will go, then they tell you, say things are going to be this. No, you got to pray for the strength, for people to be able to stand, to be able to resist the devil in everything they do, because the devil will attack. Then you got a leader who say, no, for me, you don't have to attack me. I will marry you. There's a leader. Joseph Boakai, he didn't say, no, devil, you can't, you attack. No, he said, for me, I will marry you. Don't worry. Right? So it's like he gave in. So what do you expect? These are the kind of things that will be happening. People have died in accidents. We know that, but for 6% just die like that. Car just crushed out of them. Look at how they are. And you call this think that it's very much normal, the kind of fire incidents and everything that will occur in this country. They are not able, some of them are not even brave enough to come out to say, look, let us pray for this nation. Some of them are even able to muster the courage and say, look, Joseph Boakai, you have to go back to God and ask him to forgive you for the statement you made. They can't. Rather, they will sit down and say, you gotta pray for the election, tell God, thank you for the election. Do you know the events that capitalized the election? You as a man of God, did you ever know that people died along the way towards this election? You care to know that? He said, pray for the successful. You know what they call success? The conduct of the election. Oh, because Boakai went straight. That means, you see, some of you men of God, and you're going to be spoiling the country. Because food will go on your table, or you get Boakai who will give you money, and Boakai will go to whatever program you have, cutting ribbons and so forth. So you think things are okay. So as a result, we should go, God, thank you, because your success has come. And your success for you and your family has now become success of the nation. That's how some of you define success. So because you are successful to have a president whom you can call, you put money in your pocket, and you passing around calling yourself man of God, then it means the success of the nation. So we should pray for the success of the election, because that success of the election means success for you and your family. You see the kind of behavior you people in. But I don't have time for you people. You know why I'm saying this? Because we know that there are still true men of God in this country. There are still true women of God in this country. And for some of them, they stand for what they believe in. And what they believe in is what God believes in. It's not their personal issue to think about. No. But some of us, we don't care about why it is. What we believe in is what we believe in. We don't care. Whatever anybody want to call that their business, the idea is nobody can tie out to any man until he serving any man. No day. No day. God has prepared us for this time and purpose. And God will take us through successfully. And we are ready for this. We know exactly some of your stories. The very day I mentioned that man of God, I don't even know it against it, but the idea I mentioned, I won't be now, Peter be now, something like that. But again, the moment I mentioned his name, he won't remember them in the churches. Yeah, some of them there. They used to hear him speak in the form and manner he spoke. Can you imagine? Never ever love we are. How will you now let we are business? Then you come up with prophecy that will favor we are. Well, you think God can use you, person like you? And that's what some of our prophetess and of course prophets would do. They already not let a man business, you and the man together, they not let it add here. Then you go to them for prophecy, then they look at it and tell you, say, God said you must move from beyond that man. So you can see that the feeling putting their set inside a whole thing there. You think that God inside, you already have a position. So it's possible you can go to sleep and dream about it. Then you say that God say, hey. The demon will use you because you already have an informed position. You are not open. Because you are taking the place of God. So as a result, God does not communicate with you. It is the devil now you have to communicate with. The devil will use you to destroy people's marriages, destroy people's homes, destroy all kinds of things because that's the kind of position you have taken. So if a reverend say that and say, I'm not let we are, or pastor says that and say, I'm not let we are, when prophet say come to him and say this, that, and that, what do you do? You will just wake up, you just compromise prophecy, you just can't wait. These are greedy bunch of people who just say they just do their own thing. But let's leave it. And that's life. And we can go on with our lives. And we think for sure we will certainly get there someday, somehow. And God will take us through. And you know, things are happening. Terrible things are happening in our country. And for some of us, like we told you, God sent us for this moment and this time. We may not be the sound people who will serve him all of the time, like some of you will do. And we think for sure it's trying times. So we are here tonight to share with you, and welcome back. And just last night, we were able to do, you know, for every time we come on the show, we do our Freedom Cash giveaway. Today is Tuesday. So you don't have the midweek offer in the 4,000 and the weekends offer in the 20,000. We don't have that. And we think for sure we will overall prevail. And we think for sure, no matter what the circumstances are, Thanks to you, Mother, for sharing with me Romans chapter 13, verse 4, Ephesians chapter 6, verse 6, Colossians 3, verse 6. God will judge us. We need to pray for this nation. Certainly, Mother. I will read through all of these scriptures subsequently. And let me just hit in one, Romans chapter 13, verse 4. Let me hit on it and read it quickly. This is a mother in whom I trust so much, but I'm not going to name her. And Romans chapter, so she says Romans chapter 13 and verse, okay, so Romans 13, verse, 4. So 13:4, Romans 13:4. So let me get to Romans 13:4. All right, so let me get there quickly and I just read. They said, for the one in authority is God's servant for your good. But if you do wrong, be afraid. For rulers do not bear the sword for no reason. They are God's servant, agents of wrath to bring punishment on the wrongdoers. You listening? And so you get all of these things, right? Yeah. Very good. They say, but if you do wrong, be afraid. So a leader for the nation, they call them what? They say they are God's servant for good. But if they do wrong, they should be afraid. But if you do wrong, be afraid. Right? So you see, you know, some of these things, thank you, Mother. I will go through all of your scriptures that you share with me, and I really appreciate it. Timely enough for this. All right, so let's go on and know some of these things. We have to pray for this nation. Even our own activities, our lifestyles don't even represent anybody that will be thinking about appreciating God for any good thing to happen. No, we should be praying. We should be more concerned about changing our ways, our lives. Terrible things are happening. We are wishing each other evil, tearing each other down on a daily basis. Then we get there and say, yeah, let your God thank you for his many blessings that you bring for. Your attitude itself does not even work. That you're supposed to even be blessed. You should rather be praying that indeed you change your ways. Today in this country, the Christ that God placed on Israel, where he said foreigners will take over your land, is happening right here in this country. Are we not state pastor? They're not telling us to pray? To the extent that everything foreign is what we should do. Our pastor are even adapting foreign doctrines because they must go to Nigeria and kind of preach the Nigerians. Everything foreign. Foreigners have captured our country until our way of life. Everything are foreign something. We're not even correct. Everything is not just correct. Just yesterday at the U.S. Embassy, over 90% of those people who went at the embassy, including government officials, were all denied. I don't know what may have been the cause. People came out denied. Several of them. They denied representatives and all. They're not japping it. You think the poker? Look, terrible things will continue. Look, these things are not just because the idea is, and the whole Christ part of it is that you will run away from your own country because when foreigners are taking over your country, what you intend to do? You don't have any place. When foreigners take over your country, do you already have your country? No, you want to run away. So run away thing on here. So the people you depending on that indeed will run to you, they care about you, they deny you. They say you will stay right here. The people you claim who love you so much and then feel your pain and so forth here and there, they deny you. They are not willing to help you. No. I was just reading today. Despite Liberia passing the Millennium Compact something successfully twice, today I was just reading that as deadly as Sierra Leone is, where the government of Sierra Leone, Mara Biao, was there shooting people in the streets and so forth, all kinds of things, election was rigged. The Americans did not recognize Sierra Leone through all of those millions. Today I was just reading through the Sierra Leone something. The Americans are now sitting down there to discuss the MCC compact that they are giving to Sierra Leone. When Liberia scored significant more than Sierra Leone, they did not qualify us. Let's agree that you did not even like we are. You couldn't sit and then say, okay, say we want to determine who will be the next president. Joseph Boakai is our. Why we can't let Joseph Boakai, why we can't let Liberia to benefit from this compact? Because they believe that if they had given you that compact, The war crime court putting it before you. You have said, but we already qualified for something. We don't need anything. Today, they are sitting down with Sierra Leone to discuss compact. Go read through. You know, sometimes when you're sitting down in this country, you don't do your research. Go there, go read. They are discussing with Sierra Leone. The man who won his election controversially to the extent that the American ambassador there, when he asked him the question, what do you make of the election in Sierra Leone? He said, the only thing I haven't done yet, or we haven't done yet, is to congratulate Marabia. We don't congratulate him yet. But you have an election that almost everything the Democrats will be practicing. And one thing we have said in a statement in addressing the students at Harvard, that he said is that what we did here, we are standing up to the true meaning of democracy. And when we are challenging ourselves to live according to the true meaning of democracy, that's why we asked there. Go listen to his statement. He said we are also challenging our international partners to live up to it too, and not to just get fake and be, making noise about it, democracy, when they themselves don't want to live according to it, but they are imposing it on other people when they themselves are not living according to it. That's why we have said, oh, you didn't listen to we have speech? Where is the son? He said, where Crusoe? Crusoe, come. Let me try to play it so that they will listen to what we have said. We have said it. He addressing the students at Harvard. He said, what I did is the true meaning of democracy, but we are also challenging our international partners. They should not just be telling us to live democracy. Because when we are living up to democracy, they too should also do the same. He said that. And I will get up part due to time because I got it subsequently. That's what I want to call it. But you see, some of these things when we are saying that, people say that, oh yeah, I'll be honest. Look, you have to be very much careful. Pray for yourself. We are not in charge of our country. We don't love our country. Everything else, we want to run away from this country. Yeah, that's just who we are. So as a result of that, may not be one of the persons who really believe in these people then with their pan-Africanism, but of course, I believe in their ideology and so forth here and there. Because they could get some motives on here, I don't know, but I just believe that sense of belonging. You know what it takes for your representative that you decided to elect going to American embassy to deny your representative from entering America? But when they are representative, then one of them come from there and you can see all taking picture with them. What kind of representative? What kind of country? No mutual respect. No mutual respect. No wonder a criminal and a corporate empire like Firestone that will be stealing our resources, bad labor practices, they will walk out in front of our lawmakers because no respect. Anyway, this is a country. You see, the country, if you don't value yourself and let what you have, you will always be devalued by people who you like what they have, because they will have to determine your happiness. Me, I just like who I am, what I have, my position, and everything. I like it. I'm satisfied with it. God is there. I'm content. I'm not complacent. There's a difference between complacency and being content. Being content means having what you have now and just manage it for now. Though you don't know that where you want to stop, but at least for now, you can manage that one for now while you are striving towards getting to the next level. That's being content with what you got. Being complacent means you just satisfy. That means you are derived satisfaction. Being content does not amount to satisfaction. No, you are not satisfied with where you are, but at least you can hold on to where you are and be okay with it for now, for the time being. That's being content with what you have. Right? But being complacent, you are just satisfied. You see no reason to strive again. You are okay. Good. So some of us, why it is true now the level I want for God to what it coming to, but I'm content with what I have. So as a result of being content with what I have, I'm not going to jump into going up, but it will take time because I know how to get to the next level. It takes process, it takes time, and it takes all of the rudiments that's associated with what you have to do before you get to the next level. So people who are content with what they have, you just see them like they satisfied. No, they're not satisfied. If they were satisfied, they were not going to go any further. But because they are content and they are striving, you'll see them at the next level. Don't think they are complacent. No. So those are the things, and people don't understand most often. And we always tell them that whether you go or you come down, you'll see yourself at these kind of levels. So a lot of things are happening. I didn't know. Like I said, my friend and brother, I had to call him, and a cousin. Yeah, a cousin is somebody whom I had a relationship with before, and somebody is telling me, and people just share with me a lot of stuff, and I'm just reading to it, and is this this thing I'm reading here? I don't know, but I'll have to check this one and see it before I can share with you. I want to check something and see it before I can share with you. Somebody share with me something they said here. Yeah, I think Michael, my man Michael called me from Bon County today. He shared with me something. He says here, they said the U.S. Agency for they said use it said that 90% of the pharmacies in Liberia are selling stolen medicine donated by 8 organizations. The mission criticized these acts of fraud, stating that only patients with sufficient funds can access donated essential materials. The organization has called for increased accountability and prosecution of those involved. Yeah, people can steal. Yeah, workers, they can steal most of these things. There's a brother who even called me and said that somebody went to, I don't know, Jean David Hospital. Somebody went there. As a pastor, yeah. And they begin to ask for glove. You got to buy almost everything. Everything you want to buy, it right there in your hand. They get it right there, they will sell it to you. Everything else you want to buy, they say they get it right there. They will create all conditions. You will pay everything in their hands. To the extent that when you get ready, they will tell you to what kind of pharmacy then to go to. So stolen things are these pharmacies and things. But the people know they are donated drugs or they are donated medical supplies. They can put it there, not for sale here and there. But my own brother that I get, he can't do what they call, because he and can go there, will buy the thing there from the people then store them again. See, maybe I don't people from us in what they call, but we can go and buy our own. My brother, he buy in photo. Integrity. So if pharmacy are taking from inside. So these are some of the things. So these are things that are reports that are coming up. But again, we are certainly getting there, and I don't intend to go too much. Is that the healthcare workers were talking about harmonization of salary? But now they are harmonizing the drugs in the stores. So the health workers can harmonize the drugs in the stores or at the health facilities. They are doing harmonization there. So they can harmonize it too, right? Yeah, I like that. They are harmonizing it there. So let me say pre-congratulations to Abu Sherit. And Abu is going to be walking majestically, and he's one of the sons. And then we shall follow next. So it says here, the Sherif family cordially invites you to share the celebration and love commitment. On the 28th of April, Abu Sherif will be wedding Aisha. Abu Sherif will be with Aisha. That's in Kakata, Magibi County. We'll brainstorm that place. We'll full storm it. We'll drink storm it. No, Abu can't drink. We can't drink. Okay, we're not drink storm it. No problem. We'll eat storm that place. We'll eat storm the place. All right, so let's go on quickly with what we've got here tonight to share with you, which are very much terrible things that are happening. The Freedom Cash giveaway, like I said, it continues. So you can call us and you can dial the number *7 and then you can just go down to 11 and then you participate in the show. But we are back to the 2005 winners stuff. That's where we are. And we think it will be good. It will be good that we go down to that. Some of you have been wondering about some stories about drug-related issues. I dealt with the issue of the LDA on last night. And Aaron Kaza is my own brother. We had some exchanges before, friendly exchanges, so forth. I don't think he was dismissed from the information we got last night. So he's a guy, good. But of course, he's gone on to the DEA now. So he resigned and went on to the DEA. But before that, we had some exchanges. And he's somebody who, one of my best students. He had always followed our shows and being there. So, Kazan, yes. So that information, we're able to check it up now and know that he was not dismissed. So I just thought to state that. But again, there was some drug issue between that allegedly happened at the Roberts International Airport. We have been able to confirm from sources that that was not a drug situation in the cartoon that they talk about. And security intelligence from that very airport, it tells that no, it was not drug-related issue from that airport. I think someone did mislead and Fadiga, the deputy for administrative operations, who had to drive there, and he was able to recall the officers, the DEA officers who were there in relation to that drug issue, the alleged drug issue, which of course was not the case. So I think AB Kroma has some issues with it as well. So while it is true that the alleged bad administrative practices by AB Kroma, which of course I highlighted last night, is anything to go by, we could also stress it that, you see, for us, what we'll not do, the way people used to come in this country and lie is not how we're going to lie. So it is Fadiga that through his brother and so forth, they were able to send that information to Spoon, and Spoon decided to lie on the very government that they say they want to. So they are lying on each other. That one part, we're not here to come do those kind of lies. No, we are not here to support those lies. So what we're able to find out, no, that parcel or that container or something, it had nothing to do with drug from our own informed security intelligence that we got up from the Roberts International Airport. I think Fadiga was misled, and he took some actions that were not appropriate. And so Spoon did lie on AB Kroma and the rest of the other people. So you see, these are things that happen that some of us will sit here, will not just allow it happen in that form and faction. When the right things happen, we'll talk about it. And when the wrong things are happening, we'll also talk about it. Because we have no basis of lying to people. When you have your confidence in us, one thing we'll not do is to lie. But again, it's good for them. Because they used to be sitting down, they will go sit down, they lie on the government, all like, oh, the president brought draw. You know, Bono brought it 1 year, or this, that, and that. Yeah, they are all now happening to each other. Now, the very network that used to be lying is now putting lies on them now. Then we got to come back now to come say, no, they want to true. So who they really love their country now? The very network they were depending on that used to be doing all of the lies is now lying. And everything they ever use as weapon is hunting them today. Like I always said, when you ride on the tiger's back, you ain't any better. That small cousin, Prophet Key, cost Joseph Boaka and Katumo, everybody, I think day before yesterday, raw cousin and thing. And what you doing to them now? You go to the area and go look there. He causing them now. So all the thing they use, right, against we are is now hunting them. Today again, the EPS, they were able to lay off over 40 EPS officers. Then the EPS boss, he left the country and gone Ghana to go lay down there. The tension is too much. He's not even safe. He doesn't feel secure at what he's doing. Look, I told you people, it is biblical. When God was ready to destroy Pharaoh and destroy Egypt, and those wicked Egyptians who decided to support Pharaoh, who called and said chariot men, who were there to go execute, when Pharaoh told them, say, yeah, go do it. Then they go, when God was ready to destroy him, to weaken him, God hardened his heart. Meaning God made him stubborn. And God used the stubbornness that God put inside him, because God wanted to destroy. He has to pay for all the things he's been doing to the Israelites. So since he did not want to let them go, right? God said, okay, say you are very wicked and you are bent on using these people, no problem. I will make you stubborn, and I will use your stubbornness to deal with you. So all this stubbornness you see around, it is there to destroy Joseph Boakai. The stubbornness that you see, that's how God can operate. Look, some of you say that your whole day you say you're going to church. You don't even know how God can operate. You're sitting there and say, Pastor, you don't even know how God can operate. God hardened Pharaoh's heart to destroy Pharaoh. God hardened your heart and tell you, say, you, I will make you stubborn. And the stubbornness I'm coming to do to you is to strike you. God can make you stubborn so that he can strike you. And now what God doing to Joseph Boakai and his lieutenants. So you lay up these guys. Let me tell you what some of the EPS guys who are there, not all of them are supporting a little other non-score them who are sitting down there and insulting me and say they get package for me. Not all of them. Some of them, they think very right. Some of them, we didn't touch them. Why it is true that when we came to power, the proximity they had to the executive, they never had it, but yet they were in different portfolio and so forth. They were working in other places as well. They were there. You know what some of the EPS guys are saying now? They want them who thinking about their country and thinking about their own future. Now they play, you must say people must think about their future, because they say, do you think the God doing to these people? Tomorrow, our time may come, and what will become of us? Those are the Google ones that are thinking. The says you're not long. It may not even go says here. Who knows? Anything can happen. Power can change hands in any time. So why if power changes hand? Because one of the medium through which power can change hand is either, okay, the worst case scenario is for citizens to have a sustained protest to say the government will come down. Right? Protest to say government will come down. That one is democratic as well. They can call for that. That one is what they call, they can have sustained one. But another one we're talking about. Another medium through which people can decide to change power is by impeachment, and it's in the Constitution. So why if Boakai is impeached, power change, and what will become of the EPS? There are some of them are thinking. They say, what kind of tension and thing happening? And some of them know about Boakai health status as well. Why if we're not talking about impeachment, but natural thing, God just get ready and say, Boakai go. What happens? Because even I myself, that's what I always told my brothers. For every time I always told them, for me, I don't have my thing. I can tell them clearly. When my father was about to die, sometimes in 2011 at the St. Joseph Catholic Hospital. In fact, when I took my father to the hospital on a critical condition, it was that day I was telling my junior brother, I said, you see, some of the things I used to be saying that one day our father will leave us. You see that he has come, as though I knew that he was going to die. So immediately when they admitted him and we came outside, I told my brother, I said, these are some of the things I've been saying all of the time. That you got to stand up. We got to stand up for ourselves. The father we used to be dependent on, you will go get a late pension money here and there, you'll be dependent on it, and we'll be dependent on here and there. You see what I have brought in now. What if he goes? What become of us? That is what I always used to say. And that day I can remember how to take some money to give it to him for him to go do something. And when he died again, I said, you see the very thing I was talking. So for me, I put even my family, my church, I prepare them in a way that tomorrow anything will happen to me. What becomes of them? They must prepare themselves anytime. So when you see things happening to your friend, the worst case scenario is what you might be thinking about. What if this happened? What will become of me? That question you ought to ask yourself. So some EPA officers are even looking at it and saying, look, the thing the guy doing, he's putting up in harm's way. Secondly, it's becoming more dangerous for us. Because some EPA officers who are calling, look, this is something that we cannot take. We will resign and go. So there are some EPA officers that are looking at the worst case scenarios and they are saying, look, Ebi, let's take for instance, some of the things you can be saying on the radio there, you are right. Because these are people that were trained for 6 years. They knew how to deal with motorcade. They know how to. So you are putting down these people. You put us in harm's way because the same kind of trainings that we had, that the same training no God and get sitting down today, you are hurting them. You are putting the VIP life at risk because you are discharging people dishonorably in the form and faction you are doing. These are guys who know about motorcade movement. They could get angry at any time and decide to do whatever they want to do. You don't do that. That's why when you have trained people and then you decide you want to look for good cause that they themselves will know within themselves that they are responsible for their action and they must bear it. You don't just burn up people up and then just dismiss them, so forth. It's dangerous. So the guys themselves, they are saying, look, these guys, they are putting up in harm's way. Will be a kind of behavior, sacking people, doing this here and there. It's putting up in harm's way. These are people that were trained to deal with motorcade. So when you see Joseph Boakai and his team, they know that the danger that they're creating for Boakai. So as a result, when you see them, they say they want to move people from the streets, it's because of Boakai's safety. They know that people are angry in the country. When you see Boakai not showing up at Canton to go take kickoff, because they know that people are angry in the country. Why? Because the very EPA officers who know about motorcade, they are dismissing them and they are taking people. These guys, anything can happen. People are frustrated. And when people are frustrated, they can do anything. That's why you got to be careful how you deal with these people. That's why you got to even enter there, take some of them who are also loyal to their own team and say, look, come here. They will be your intelligence officers. They will be able to help you, to guide you. But you look at all of them, you bundle them out. Do you know what it takes for you to come to Freedom FM? You say you want to break down Freedom FM, right? So some of the people that are like, most of the people that during my time I came here and employed here, Old Man Sam Sion adapted most of them. So as a result, they don't owe it to me anymore. They don't owe it to me anymore. Today, even I leave, they will stay because they will think about their relationship that they have with Old Man Sam Sion and the kind of things he have done for them. There are some of them who left this station. I mean, people are brought to this station. They left and insulted me on Facebook, but they can still speak to Sam Sion today. Because why? The way Sam Sion adopted them. That's what you do. But you bother these people up and think, you know what you're doing to yourself? You are putting the VIP in harm's way. So you same gay, you put the president's VIP activities in harm's way, then you jump for you to go Ghana to go. You don't even go to the EPS office to go sit down there. You sit down to the executive mansion, not your office, that please, because you know the kind of danger you have created for yourself. These are trained people. It's better you tap into them, grab some of the strategic guys that are there, and tell them, say, you know what? You are here to serve the country. You are professionally trained. We are time is over, so forth here and there. That is it. Some of the guys who you see today who are maybe with Abraham Nkrumah or so forth, you taking. These are some of the guys who are with what? We are then, then they left. They say they joined the Unity Party today. They now transfer loyalty to these people. They will have some intelligence. They have some memory. They have some friends that they will still maintain relationship with. And the maintenance of the relationships are for your own good. So that just in case anything is playing out there, how do you get the information? But you look at everybody like being evil. That's what you have done. I know you're not just smart. But anyway, like I said, God Pharaoh had to strike him. And that was happening. Look at today. They started paying off the people at the Ministry of State, giving them 3 months, so forth here and there. And because they know what they are doing, they ask those same people to sign a release clause in the termination letter that they gave them. You got to sign it. So you get 200 EPS officers. You already lay off some by yourself. You lay off 45 today. So you get 200 to go. 200 plus 750. Right? 750. Right? So you get 750 persons or 800 persons at the Ministry of State that you're about to lay off. So 800, 900. So you get 1,000 persons, because if you put a 200 EPS there, add to those people at the Ministry of State, that 1,000 person right there. Then you go to the Civil Service Agency, 40,000. So plus that 1,000 and 41,000. That's what they have there. Let's forget about other areas as well. You put everything together, you will know pretty close to 70,000 Liberians are going to be losing jobs to Joseph Boakai's administration. mixed with security personnel. You tango and bundle all of them up, and you think you're supposed to be safe. Now you can see why Joseph Boakai will not find himself safe in Liberia to move around. When you see they say move people from the street, because they know that the people in the streets, Joseph Boakai come walk past and they may like they chunky or something must happen because people are frustrated. And I'm still concerned. You know, people like us, God gave us small security background. That thing that Joseph Boakai then doing is risky for Joseph Boakai and is risky for the VIP. I will tell you squarely. I'm not telling any EPA officer, but that is what is possible. You don't do that. These are people that were trained. You carry them to beaches and tell them to lie down in a sense. Let me can read you some of the son. I will not call the person name. The information that they gave out to the Ministry of State people, the thing that they signing, and then they're telling them to go. Right? So you're coming to see that. So you're going to see that quickly. And let me see here. Okay, sorry. I wanted to delete this doc. Okay, so like I was saying, most of these things are happening, and people may not care about that. For me, I just look at people. Oh gosh, I got to do something here. All right, so I'm trying to get somebody off. All right, good. This is what happened. So let me can read you the information, right? Keep playing your cash giveaway. I will do the draws very shortly. There is a communication that was sent. I will not show it on something because the person's name is there, their number and everything. I don't want that. But they're not even employ the person. So they said termination payment and a waiver of liability. Termination payment and waiver of liability. Right? If you see this thing here, you will know that these people did this whole thing with ulterior motive. They gave you the termination stuff, then they also issue their release clause so that you will waive any liability that you have. So let's take for instance that in their own letter, you come in to listen to it, their termination something, they tell you that you have no standing. Because the release, the reason you can sign release issue, you must first have a standing, or you must have a case, or you must have been an employee or so forth, and you are entitled to something. And because of XYZ, we are going to give you this. But you got to sign that as we are giving you this, you will not take us to task. So that release clause will be meant for that purpose. So if you are here at Freedom FM and so forth, and then we are trying to say, okay, you say you want for us to, whatever it is, or maybe we don't have too much money again or whatever, but we want to pay you off. To pay you off, we're supposed to give you some benefits. But because we don't have that benefit, we'll not be able to give you, we're not able to pay you off. Then you agree. That your agreement is what will bring in now the release. Then you have to sign it. You say, oh, and you agree that will not give you any further benefit. You say yes. Then when you agree to that one, then now according to the labor law, now something I want to come here of you. Because of that agreement, you will sign that release clause. They will put that clause there. You will sign it. That you will not carry the person to any court as a result of this. XYZ, you waive every liability that they are. They themselves in their own communication object, they claim. I want to say people, you know, people in this country and their understanding of things are two different things. So they said this. They said termination payment and waiver of liability. Waiver of liability. What can you waive? If you have no standing, you can't waive. They put it to the caption of their paper. They say waiver of liability. If you have no standing, you cannot waive. You can only waive what you have. You don't have it. How are you waiving what you don't have? Huh? So how in this world they will be writing it, but they know within themselves that these people serve under certain conditions that constitute an employment, and they're supposed to get benefit for their services. So they believe that were they to just hang it like this, somebody could come and say, no, due to XYZ, the conditions under we will work, we can call this 1 year employment. And under these circumstances that we work, we are entitled to, because it's not like contractual something that was just there after 3 months and then you renew. No, we did not renew anything all through all of those periods. We were being paid consistently. So by those payments consistently that we're going through, it constitutes employment. And how can you now say that we did not go through the right process? Forget about whether we went through the right process. The authority that is responsible to provide that employment for us is that authority that we're doing business with. So that authority is that authority that continues. So all the things you hear, thinking, oh, people never went through right process. Yeah, there. Who's supposed to provide the right process? Who's supposed to make that claim? You can't benefit from your own wrong. You are the government. So let's agree. The employment law, it states that for every employee, workplace, so forth here and there, people are supposed to have attendance record, right? Let me say that one you so that you will get a clear logic in where I'm going. Because I'm about to read their letter, their termination, something that they have given to one of the persons who share with me. So the attendance book, that who's supposed to produce it? And at the management did not produce attendance book through all of those periods. So someday they will take out the attendance book. They will not bring it for you to sign the attendance book. The burden of providing an attendance book for record purpose, it rests on the management, not the employee, because you are keeping track of the employee's record, right? So let's agree. So let's agree that all day, what would they will not get attendance, so they don't want to quote. The employer acknowledges through the receipt, through the payment slips that I used to get, that he used to pay me, meaning I have an employment contract with him. Then we go to court, then you tell the people, then say, AB never used to come to work. Who's the custodian of? So you are accusing me of not coming to work for XYZ. Though we know that under the general principle of law, okay, very good. I will say that indeed I went to work as my defense and so forth here and there. But the evidence to prove that indeed I am somebody who went to work, that evidence rests squarely with the one I'm accusing of denying me of my pay because I should be able to prove that I went to work. That proof that does not rest with me. So that burden of the proof now will shift to my employer. He has to bring the attendance record so that we can look inside to see whether I'm working. So the employer went and said, no, we're not going to no attendance board, nothing here. That you think I will be able to get my relief on the basis of that. So these people here who sitting out here, they call themselves Ministry of State people. They are saying that, oh, you people never went through the right process. Okay, I agree. So who determines that? Who's supposed to put me through the right process? So you deliberately decided to abuse me because tomorrow you want to come back and tell me, say, because you know I went through the right process. The government was still supposed to pay them. And the person who wrote it in here is very smart. So they told them, that's why you saw in the press, they said, the instrument presents. They said, this instrument presents your acknowledgement. You're listening. Your acknowledgement of having read and understood the content therein, and that you have signed without duress, without any duress or any false, not in conformity with law in the termination of an employment with the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. Acknowledgement of termination. They put that one there. They said, I'm Mr. Blank. I'm aware that by agreeing to take part in the exercise, in this exercise, I have understood that my signature is bounding to whatever is contained in this instrument. That my name appeared on the supplementary employment listing. Y'all listen, you. Supplementary employment listing. You know that. Which indicates that they are now telling you to sign this thing here now. Which indicates that my employment did not meet the standardized CSA procedure on employment that qualifies me as a bona fide employee of the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, in particular, and an employee of the government of Liberia in general. They're telling the opponent to sign it in here. You see how wickedness looking? Tell the opponent say the thing here that are signing here so. It wanted to tell you that I agree. That I didn't count the railway. That my name appeared there, and that my name that appeared there, I didn't count the railway. I didn't go through the real CSA way it's supposed to work. So as a result, I'm somebody who worked with the government of Liberia and never. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. The Liberian people treating like this. I said Lebanese treating Liberian people like this. The last time I saw a wicked letter then the day that from Lebanese people dismissing Liberians. For me to see the kind of wicked thing here coming up. The last time anybody ever brought something, our Liberian brothers, they the one used to bring the kind of thing to me and say foreigners get the kind of thing there and tell them say they must bring it and used to read it. The wicked people. Foreigners were the one about treating our Liberian like they today. I am seeing the kind of wicked people here coming from the government that's supposed to provide opportunity and avenue for our Liberian people. They wrote the thing here for our Liberian men to sign. So I want to see what Firestone will come up with. I want to see what BA Mountain will come up with. I want to see a letter that LAG will come up with. Wicked letter like this. Then let's continue. He said that the Ministry of State, being the employer, has the right to terminate my employment for the above mentioned cause. Meaning, I didn't come right. I didn't do this, blah, blah, blah. So they get a right to just terminate my employment. 6 years. They use these people and they dump them like that with no benefits. No handshake, nothing they gave them. They dump them like that. The foreign companies are listening. The Lebanese are going to read these things. The labor minister is right there, and then they are going through these things. They are telling them that some will go through they don't went to the writing one, that you are now working properly with the Ministry of State, that you are now working with the government of Liberia in general. Could you imagine that? Is this the country? Ego, this country. This is what I came from the Ministry of State. Release and honor air depot release indemnification, not to institute lawsuit, because they knew that constitute a valid contract. That period through the people were entitled to benefits. And in fact, they had the burden to have done the right thing. For them to not do the right thing, it was not the fault of the employees. It is the fault of the employer. How will you be benefiting for your own wrongs? They're saying, because I went through the right process here and there. Who is responsible for that? If these people have gone to court, they get remedy at law. That thing that the CSA on say people never went through blah 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 here and there. They tell you that nonsense. It can't just work. That law we're talking about here. You had a duty to do the right thing. You did not do it. What happens? So, like you went down Broad Street, your car is parked there. This Zogo or whoever bring their bucket and everything there and they want to come wash your car. You look at the man washing your car. The man is working. And you are going to benefit from that. You didn't tell him, say, stop, don't touch my car. You look at a man taking a bucket up and then wiping your car, washing it, go bathtub soap, and watching it. You standing there and seeing it, say, hey, man, what they call? The law says that constitute a contract. You pay that man for his services. Because you see, you never told him to stop. Because the burden is upon you to tell this man that before you can wash my car, the right thing to do is I must agree. You must first approach me, ask me, brother, can I wash your car? Yes. So since you did not do it, so since you know that indeed it's the right thing to do, and you see that man doing it, the man, look, that's a silent contract. In fact, that's a contract, but he said you pay that man for washing your car. You saw the man washing your car, you saw him doing everything. And you want to benefit, you want to come sit down now, you can't do all. Those are elementary things when we were entering the law school. That kind of simple example that they used to bring to us. You're benefiting from the man work. So all the years and services these people serve, you can't sit down and say, Abraham, we are here, son, owing to XYZ, blah, blah, blah. But I was getting salary, I will go bit. I went in and signed. And because you ever laid me on, then you said me, say no, this, that. So as a result of that, that's why they decided to bring the release clause there. And I told you the release clause can only come for one who have a standing to waive that. Meaning you have a remedy at law by virtue of the fact that you have a standing, but you decide to waive it. So that is what will happen, right? They brought the release, they say they not employment, they're not employees. But why they brought release clause there if they not employees? So I tell you, say you don't get any case against me. Then I can bring paper to you, say can't sound anything here to tell me, say you waive having case against me. What are you waiving when you don't have it? You see how these people are wicked? So they come here in this, and they say this, in this their release clause here that they put there for the people to sign. They said that upon signing and receiving my termination compensation in the amount of blank for work for the period of January to March AD 2024. You see what they did? They restricted it for this to this. So what are you terminating? You are not terminating because the person worked from January to March. The person employment did for the years that they serve. For the 6 years period. All those periods. But they said for this short period. And they know that from January to Sunday, you don't entitled to any benefit or so forth. So why am I, even if I only work from January to March, how am I entitled to benefit for which I must waive? You see how the kind of fake thing that they're doing here? If I just work from January to this, what kind of waiver I'm supposed to be there? I'm not entitled to anything. So they put it into their release clause. They said here, for work for the period of January to March AD 2024, they're abusing the people. That conforms with the laws of the contract, and my participation in this process. So what was that contract between they and these people now? Because every contract should be valid, it must be legitimate, right? But you already claim that there is XYZ. There was no contract or so forth. But for a contract to have a waiver, the contract must first be valid. So you are saying here in your own release, you say the people never work with the government or Liberia at all. That they never, in a much that they didn't do it right, it never existed at all. That's agreed. You even came down and you said the person signing for the period that they work from January to March AD 2024. That you say they are working from January to March AD 2024, it conforms with the laws of contract, and that their participation in this process, that he on behalf, because that's what it says here, that I on behalf of myself, my heirs, that means your children, or so forth here and there, representative, anybody with representative, executors, administrators, and assigns hereby agree to hold harmless release. Amen, my people. And what? And a harmless release and the confident not to sue the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs and all the government of Liberia. But how will you sue somebody when you don't have anything against them? You have no state, you don't have anything. How will you go sue? You see what kind of wickedness that they did? They say, I further agree to defend and indemnify the Ministry of State for Presidential. That means if I carry the Ministry of State to court because I finish waiving everything on there, I will indemnify them. I will pay them. I will pay them, right, for any claims or loss of income, demands, and actions against the Ministry of State for or the government of Liberia as a result of my termination from the work. Amen. So you threaten the people not to take action. And you made them to sign. And the guy signed. He signed it. Today is what? April 16th? Yeah, he did sign it today. And again, in 3 months, I think in 3 months they paid enough. You see wickedness in higher places. I say the kind of wickedness here that foreigner then used to do the kind of thing to our people. I don't know, they still doing it. They can do it, then they bring it to us. Then we look at it and say, look, they think you're not fair. It's not the right way. The kind of thing that can go to the labor ministry as complaint, that the kind of wickedness then can be going to the labor ministry as complaint. That foreigner then can be doing it to people. In not Liberia, but for Liberian government itself to be doing it in there now, he has given the Lebanese, he has given the foreigners the teeth to bite. Wave it. You see this country? Yeah. Wickedness in higher places. I will just flip over and then pass through because I don't want for you to see the real thing that inside, you know. And so let me see here and yeah, this country. My sister Corina cry. That's good. So I just trying to flip over quickly. I don't want for you to even see the presence stuff. So I will just flip over it fast. But these in there, man, they all out, man. These in there, all out. They're giving it to our man and our power them for them to sign it. Are they signing there? You see the kind of wickedness you're doing to fellow Liberians? Now foreigners wrote it here. I mean, Liberian government that's supposed to be providing protection. And there's a special ministry that we organize in this country. That ministry was created by an act of the national legislature, given its function to preserve the labor rights of people. The government is an entity that when people abuse your rights, you're supposed to go lay complaint, that they will sit down and look at hearing officer and say you're wrong. You're not supposed to treat a person like this. That the government itself reckon they kind of letter and giving it up. Wickedness in higher places. So why are we hurting our here now? Why are we hurting our heads? Why are we ready? You see how wickedness is? And I'm one person who up for labor reform. One of the next area I will even go to do maybe masters in law is labor. I will extend to that level. I'm really up for labor reform. Now you see how the foreigners have been abusing us. They have seen reason now to abuse us clearly now. They like it, they kick us. They like it, they slap us. Look at the wickedness that Josiah Joker then said they're doing to civil service. Today he can't talk about, he called Echo Bank. Here Echo Bank signed partnership. So that at the 15th, so now the 15th pass straight, worker then can go and then take half of their salary from Echo Bank. But they will pay small money or for what? If you say I will be paid twice a month, then you say 3%. You say you will pay at a minimum. That loan we're going to take. So if I come here to Freedom FM, I told the folks here at Freedom FM that we come here over this different statement system now. I have decided to talk to a bank X. And then Bank X saying that every month on the 15th, you can go over half of your salary. But when you go and take half of that your salary, you will pay 3% interest rate on it. So if my own salary, I have and you see the stealing that they coming to, that somebody who not stealing there they want to do here. And the lawmakers should put stop to that. Nobody's supposed to cut anybody's salary. The civil service have no basis. If you want to do the arrangement, you, the government, get ready. So if I decided, as Freedom FM management, to go to the bank and have an arrangement with the bank and tell the bank, say, my people there, I want for them to be getting salary 2 times a month. Right? That arrangement I'm having, I will pay for it. The people will get their regular, they can be paying for it. Then you didn't, because we are paying for something. So my salary will also be harmonized. You already talk about salary harmonization. Then you say the man will go for half of it. Then when you go for half of it, you will pay at an interest rate. That loan you giving me? Why are you subjecting me to EcoBank? So if, let you understand, Freedom not have money to pay for this month, and Freedom know that money will come, and Freedom goes to the bank and say, please try to debit my account. That debiting that they're doing to be able to pay ahead of time, it is Freedom that will pay. It's not coming from the employee salary. So if you tell the people to pay the people's salary advance, they will pay for that salary advance, or that you, the government, will pay for that. So you cutting some of my salary up and say that the interest rate for that salary. So you go credit your own salary and pay 3% on it, then they say that 2-time payment, then at least your salary you can get it every month. You think that Jesus Christ of Nazareth, you see the wickedness is everywhere. That whole thing a total wickedness. But I'll leave it. That the experienced people there, that the people who know how to book in this country. But like I said, and God had done before, He will harden their hearts, and they will continue to be extremely wicked. And that wickedness is meant to strike them. As to how God will do that striking, I don't know. I can't tell. But there will be a striking moment, and God will strike them. I'm not the one that's saying it. Their conduct will do that. God did not in any way. It was Pharaoh's conduct that made God to strike. I'm not the one. So the man of God who said it, I pray for them. You keep praying for them and telling God, thank you for the kind of leader, because of the kind of pastor then that we have in this country. Let's get to the lines interact with you quickly. And those of you who've been playing, give away. And so I think we are getting there. So that's all. Call us on 0776 104 104 086 500 104 *7 is the Freedom Cash giveaway. Get to the lines, interact with you. Our callers, we are certainly getting there. They have started sacking our people and giving them no benefit at all, and they're telling them to waive. When they even told them, say they're not even working with government. They were never working with government. So if you are only giving this person, you're telling them the only sign release clause on 3-month employment. What the release clause kind? Somebody will give for 3 months. What they call 3 months a probationary period, and there you don't owe anybody anything. So what a BDA boy. But anyway, that's life. Boss Mayor land is bad. We don't entertain disturbances. So and so thank you. Let me get to this caller. Hello, how you doing? This life. Hello, how you doing? Quickly, yeah.
How you doing?
I'm fine. Please go on quickly.
Okay, brother.
And I want all the American people then to call to now. All the American call your call. They say you can receive salary after every 2 weeks. What when you receive that your salary after every 2 weeks, you can pay 2% interest rate. We want to understand because what Josiah Jaga saying you were bringing here. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, go on quickly. I will get to the WhatsApp line. Yeah. Your line is quacking a bit, so you can call back if you can. But let me get to this call. Hello, how you doing? Hello? Hello? Yeah, hello, I'm getting you. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, okay, Abby, this is Hussein calling from the USA.
Yeah, Hussein, go on. Let's listen to you, Chief.
Yeah, thank you, Abby. Thank you for the education. Thank you for the show. You know, bro, Abby, you know, words is inadequate on everything you say about this country every day. But you see, Liberia is a country where people never want to chew about Abby. That's why people like you people, they will not want to listen to you people. They will not want to take your words for anything. Because you're not standing for some of the fantastic behavior of some of these people.
Yeah.
Or even in America that we're talking about. When we take pay every 2 weeks, government taking that portion before we can get whatever portion percentage we're supposed to get. Okay, but government not just coming to pull people down in a type of way just as Yaman Boka is doing. Like just you say, what's about the unity? What's about bringing this country together, bro, Ebi? What's about uniting this country? Boka is one of the oldest men in our country. He should be contemplating about uniting this country, Ebi. Election divide this country more than even in the 60s. All right? We cannot live like this. Like, bro, cannot go forward in a type of fashion, bro, Ebi. Boka is not looking at tomorrow, but Ebi, this can lead us into another crisis.
You're right.
Because
You're right.
people that will be leaving, that will be dissatisfied,
You're right.
but Ebi, they can go and return back.
You're right.
Some of the people got contact outside. They brought people outside. Joseph Boka thinking about it. Young people in America, in Canada, Liberian, they are worried to come back with investment. They are working from factory to factory, but they want to come back with businesses. They want to come back to create jobs. But how were they when the country is looking at this? Everybody, they're going time. I went to DC just to get a passport or business station over there. When I went down there, but all the people that just in my book, I said over there, they are giving people, and they were not even hauling it. You go down there, but you go down there, even on the recorder say, I swear to God, you will take information from that place about the Brown government, your mouth will be full, but because it's not about the country, it's all about people. And like, bro, cannot be like this, but it's a shame.
Okay, we see. Okay, we see. Thank you, my brother, for your contribution. I know the frustration is too much for every one of us, but we got to just manage it, and I work it up. And I saw many of our folks. Your American brother who went there and learned the American system, he's here now. Maybe I may be wrong, but again, let's go on. Elo, how you doing? Elo, how you doing?
Hey, you be good evening, man.
Yeah, please go on, Chief. Let's listen to you. This country.
No, let me tell you something. If you can take pay every 2 weeks, but nobody can tell us about pay interest. That man, me alone, a joker. That's what he said, that's stealing. They wanna know nothing. They perfect themselves that they're more educated than the past people that they don't know anything. How you will say, I'll be taking pay? You have already told me that I'll be taking pay every 2 weeks. Then you come back to goddamn pay. Okay, that 2 weeks I'll be paying 3% on it. So if I tell her I'll be paying 3% on it, that didn't make sense. Then you talk about the past government, how much does my pay? But then you stay how much does my pay? Because if I take pay 2.6%, I'll be paying out of my 150. That didn't make sense, Mr. Joker.
The American system.
You know, these guys are jokers. But they dance, rest, and I see you in 2006.
Yeah.
So it's not different. I see people here.
That's their strategy.
It's different. The only person out there that Eric Johnson said it.
You're right. Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. The Americans are speaking with the American system. Hello, how you doing? Hello?
Hello, AB. This is Juan in Washington calling you from Minnesota.
All right. At least another American system in here. We are now going to American system now. Go ahead. What's your take?
AB, that thing they're doing is just as you said it. That's raw stealing from our people, okay? And it's not surprising, right? You guys have been talking to things from time immemorial. You've been saying it because I'm one of the person who follow Freedom FM a lot.
I know.
You have been saying it times with our numbers. These guys just came to put us back into 1960. That's what I can say. Now, the reality is before them. Like you made mention of something very, very key. All those pastors that were saying all those things, where are they today? All those vision bearers that saw that they say, okay, Joseph Boakai is going to be the person, where are they today? The saddening part is that the Liberal Council of Churches is saying nothing. They're so mute. They're so mute. Now let's go back to this whole labor bar practice thing. Labor ministry cannot say anything about it because they are all involved with it.
Yeah.
It's like you're saying the horse should sell itself. It's difficult. They know what they are doing. It's just so sad that our people who were voting based upon saying that, my pay, I marginalize your vote. You harmonize my pay, I harmonize your vote. Where are they today? What are they saying? I take pay twice a month. Where I work, I had to do a commission. Apart from pay my taxes. Nobody can tell me something.
But Chief, I can give. Look, I'm an employer. I have given employees advance salary before. I don't tell them to pay interest on it.
Exactly, my brother.
I can give you. It doesn't matter.
Those people, maybe those people just stealing from our people. That all I would say. Ain't nothing about what they saw here or they learned from here that what they carrying back there. Don't even go there. That are all thing they're doing. They find another way where they can put more money in there.
Yeah, somebody too want to eat money now. You know what it takes? Hello, how you doing? Hello.
Hello, Abby.
Yeah, hello, how you doing? Please go on. Let's listen to you.
Yeah, I want to. My name is Harry Aston. I want to speak on the issue of the 2-week salary advance payment / cheap loan.
Mm-hmm.
You see, we take pay here every 2 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I read it, the stuff I saw some of the overdraft fee. Overdraft fee have to do with the bank own system.
Mm-hmm.
That we have to do with, like, if I get, let's say, $100 and I want to go to, let's say, down Ronald Street and buy something.
Yeah.
And then the thing I'm going to buy is like maybe $105.
$105,
and
okay.
The bank will, and the bank will allow me to pay the $105, but the bank will charge me
very good
$12 or maybe $13. All depend the bank.
Yeah.
So that overdraft fee going to the bank itself because the bank paid that $5, so they're taking that interest.
Yes.
But where in government library will tell you say they will pay you every 2 weeks salary advance, but you must pay 3%. I think that guy is missing the whole American banking system. Then I look at the issue of the loan. If you're working in this country, you want to go take loan, you get somewhere to call payday loan. Every $100 is $20. So you can just tell the bank, open your payday loan system. Once the person work with government, they bring that paycheck, they bring that pay stuff, they get that number and get all correct information. You get in that maybe that $500. When they take pay, they'll get you at $600. But you can say you will pay the person every 2 weeks, and you pay them maybe $500, and they will pay 3%. That in itself is stealing. Labor ministry need to come into it, and they let you to put stop to it. That means he understand the American system upside down.
All right. Thank you, boss, for your contribution. So most of the times, and especially for tonight, and Kev, I'm sending you the stuff already. And I think if I haven't sent it yet, I think I'm sending you it now. And yeah, hello, how you doing? Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, hello, how you doing?
Bro, this is Thomas. I'm calling from Iowa, USA.
All right, Thomas, go on. Let's listen to you, please.
I want to speak on the security.
Mm-hmm.
Some time ago, we have a recording by the press secretary and the presidential affairs minister.
Mm-hmm.
They invited press over there, press of a kind, but also see them taking tour in the executive mansion, showing the president's room, the first lady room, and then on the west wing and the east wing. We have not seen that before. Now, the EPS guy who been working there, some of them been working there for 15, 20 years, that have the blueprint of that building. Even if they are not there now, they can direct you to go to a specific place.
Yeah.
And now they lay this security out. With the video that we have, that people have around the world, executive mansion is not safe. Where do you guys come from? Are there security?
Hey, you just slipped off. Sorry, Chief. Yeah, sorry. You know, the how God can work. Every time you say the thing that God doing, and that's how God works. So God works in mysterious ways, and I still believe that, and I know for sure that's what it is. So let me get on to the next caller right here. I think it's a caller calling back, or maybe next caller. But let me get on to this one. Hello, how you doing? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hello, how you doing?
Yeah. So, the government of Liberia, I want to please ask the Senate, chairman or executive, they should look at the security. Because if anything goes wrong in our country, these guys will not sit as a senator. Anytime the ground hold of Joseph Boakai because the stupid security error that they are making that endanger the presidency, it's not only the president will suffer it.
You're right.
When the president moves, all the senators are moved with the uncle's advice that they are giving.
You're right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, boss, for your contribution. We appreciate that. Let me get on to the next caller right here. Hello, how you doing? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello, how you doing? Please go on quickly.
Hey, Abby, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing fine, boss.
It'll be a very long time since 1 year ago.
Wow. And you just slip up like that? Please make a comeback and tell me since 1 year ago what happened. Sorry, call back. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, how you doing, brother Abby?
Yeah, I'm fine, boss. Go on. Let's listen to you.
Yeah. I mean, it's just unfortunate on some of the things happening on that side. Because a lot of these guys, you even get them running agency over there, you get them Jongweta market, they ain't able to run that Jongweta market. You give them even no places they pay a chop bar to run it, they can't even run it. Then they're running whole government agency. Where some other guys came from? But a little thing they came the day here, then they won't give excuses. You know, it's just unfortunate, man. They're just trying to pull, you know, the Liberian people in trouble. They're not there to rescue. The Papa himself, look at his story with that goat issue. You know, from the goat issue to every little thing that he has stepped in. What have Boakai done for that nation? You know, individually, no contribution, nothing. He just belly driven. You know, everybody, he just use people and drop them, move to the next one. He and Costa move from there to another person. He just a grievous seeker. That man is not anybody that got vision for that nation. Look at Boakai, the whole life of Boakai. After all that 12 years, he was living on liability. So, you know, just our people, man, we just pray God because the thing he's doing is setting a time bomb for the nation, and which is not good. All the guys laying off, a hungry man is an angry man.
I like that. I like that.
You know, you dare to serve the Liberian people.
You're right.
Don't go there to start turning brother against brothers. It's not good for us.
It's not good for us. Certainly, you are 100% right. Let me get to the next call. Hello. Hello, how are you doing? Please go on quickly. Hello, please go on. We are listening. Who's this? Your line is quite terrible. You're speaking very faint, but I think if you can adjust, you have to adjust, please. If you can, then try. Let's try and get to you. I don't know, but I don't know how far you can go with it. But go on. Let's listen to you.
So on the issue about advancement for civil service. But let me recognize the contradiction. Initially, the finance minister, Boma Kamara, man who takes Bible, I'm about believing God, but going and preaching every time instead of working on the fiscal mechanisms of the country, will not solve any problem. He came and said government was working on, in fact, he said there was already a policy that civil service would take 2 times a month. After almost 3 months of governance, we should be having a follow-up statement on that policy of government. Because when civil servants take pay 2 times a month, or when their pay comes on time, there will be no need to borrow, that they will have 3%, you know, interest rate. So the real substantive issue that should be, they should be telling us how far are we on their promise that civil servant will take pay 2 times a month. Because maybe in real sense, why would they mention about borrowing if the pay comes on time? So the emphasis should be placed on pay coming on time, but because the Boakai regime has no policy prescription, no desire, no appetite whatsoever to get social service to the people adequately. This is the reason why they have put now with the Echo Pay on all banks. They have put now with Echo Pay now. Who benefits from that interest? Because once somebody is employed, once the person is a civil servant, the person pay is guaranteed. So that 3% interest rate every month that the benefits from there. There's somebody within the government and the bank that is going to eat that money. So guys are not serious.
Okay.
They are not serious.
Thank you, Rana Tupayo. Let me get to Honorable Cooper Passaway and the Honorable of himself. As our chief, how's everything with you? Our minister.
Even to the people of Liberia.
Yeah, our minister, go ahead, chief. Long time. And let me open this here to the people that congratulations. Anyway, we'll be interfacing via phone. But again, let me make it public here. Congratulations.
Thank you, Evie. Let me say thank to the audience for the show. I call purposely because I'm a former banker. I have a vast knowledge on banking transactions, so I just call purposely to provide education on the loan, quote unquote loan right now by the CSA in partnership with EcoBank.
Okay.
The word loan is defined as borrowing with interest.
Okay.
And that is loan. Is money given to you, we pay back with interest.
Okay.
When you say grant, it's a free will. Even in the national budget, we sort of all read economics and they probably find out they 4748 in everything budget and analyzing financial transaction.
Okay.
If you check the national budget, so you see the Liberian government borrow. Any money Liberian government borrow or we loan money and we pay interest on call it land. If the Liberian government receive grant from partner, it means free money. So if the CFA boss in collaboration with EcoBank, people decide to give money instead of going behind the wall for 25% to money exchange that we want to get salary advance. Somebody is very ill, we want to go to pay our children's school fees. So these are that things they want to continue. Instead of going to pay 25%, pay 25% on $100 or $50.
So you just mentioned the word loan. You just mentioned the word loan. Now let's come to this. Whether the gravity of the loan or so forth. You just mentioned the word loan, but initially the CSA boss has stated that Liberia will adopt the American system, being paid back monthly, meaning 2 times. After every 2 weeks, you receive your salary. Now, if that salary payment is amounting to loan, is what we are discussing. Why should we now convert a loan? You can to get my salary twice every month. Why should it be? Where does the loan come from?
So if we sincere with the conversation, right? If you go on the Facebook page of the CSA boss, he said gradually, if you really follow it, right, forget about politics. He said the conversation with the EcoBank family is really closer to the bi-weekly salary payment.
Oh, okay. That means that just stage one. Like just stage one.
Sure. Because it's a process. So you have to do a bi-weekly payment or salary, to do analysis on it. How many person making, for example, if you're making $300, they say every 2 weeks for Easter, you receive $50, and the other week you receive $50. For the more end, you get a remaining $100 or $200. That's a bi-weekly stuff. But instead of going to money at teacher because salary take like 28 days, 25 days, instead of waiting 2 hours, you say no, get emergency, we'll go to one money at teacher. Please give me $100, I'll give you $125 on the more end. Please give me $200, I'll give you. So these are things like that.
So you agreed that salary payment may not be on time because there is something to just come in and sustain in a gap, knowing that salary payment may never be on time. Because if you know that salary payment will be regular, there will be no basis for taking loan. If I know my salary will come on time, there will be no basis for loan.
So if you have the example for each day, you are a civil servant, for example, and your payment, your salary payment is the 25th for every month. Before the 6th or the new month, your son is sick, you want to take it to the hospital. So you wait for the month to end the 25th if you see your salary, get your son to the hospital.
No, the
argument is no.
Okay.
So
if I'm a pollution, you can't force me. You can't force me into that now because there are people who specifically restrict themselves to just getting that. So if you do that.
No, the CSA board are very clear. They said it's a serious, it's a loose scheme. 50% salary advance.
No, it's on a compulsion. It's on a compulsion.
No. You're not forced. AB. Most of the time, some of our colleagues go to money a teacher for. Most of our colleagues go to money a teacher for salary for money to service emergency. Sometimes if I get other sources, I don't have to go to money a teacher for 100 for 125. I don't have to go that route with my salary come and service my activities. But if you really get a real emergency, you don't have to go through many processes. You have your PIN number already. You go to EcoBank, you bank in EcoBank. In less than 2-3 hours time, they process the money, transfer the money to you, and you go ahead and do your stuff. If your money hit the account, before the money hit the account, before they post things, EcoBank will remove the money you borrow from them, and you go for the remaining money. The more ends.
I would like to get a copy of that contractual or that intentional arrangement between the CSA boss and so forth, and then so that we'll go through it because I know it's right out there. He says, yeah, because you are saying that it's not.
It will be good if you get a documentation from the CSA boss with the signature of the EcoBank family. It will be good. You can go to the documentation. It's very good.
Okay, thank you, Cooper. Thank you so much, Cooper. Appreciate. We are certainly getting there. And let me get on to the next caller. Cooper, the government now, the defending government action now. Turn around. How are you doing? Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, morning, AB. Let me tell you something, AB. I'm surprised at the guy who just called. I'm Richard Yosin. I call from Australia.
Richard, just tell your own. Leave Cooper thing.
AB, let me tell you the real thing. This entire thing is the stealing process. This is what the guys have been doing in government when they were in government for the past 12 years. I worked with that government for 1 year, 6 months. With Ministry of Post and Telecommunication, these are the things they were doing on the ground. And today they come back in government and they want to legitimize stealing. Let me tell you something. I work in Australia here. Every 2 weeks we take pay here. Every 2 weeks. If you say you want to make people, you want to take people's salary from 1 month to 2 weeks, it should be across the board. And then every 2 weeks the people take pay. When we go take pay here, we don't pay anything like interest. Pay interest for what? Your own labor, that's what you pay interest for? Your own labor, that's what you have to go to EcoBank for? No, it shouldn't happen that way. It's a business entity that they set up already in EcoBank that they want to be transferring welcome from the government to be going and that money go to individual. You understand what I'm saying, AB? Mm-hmm. There is no way they are doing this. It's a complete business strategy that somebody in government has that business, goes to the EcoBank, have a contractual agreement with them, and send an employee to them and take that percentage for themselves. That's exactly what they are doing. That's exactly what they want to do. The people continue to suppress the people. If you want to get people salary to it, it's a very fine idea. But do it. If a man is making $350 every month, make sure the $350, maybe you can pay the man $175 or $150 every month. You just cut it across you just make it $175 or $150. So they make them take the remaining portion at the end of the month, and then they may take the other portion in the first 2 weeks. Why should that man take loan? Why should he pay interest on that money that he's going to labor for? Why should he pay interest?
Okay.
We don't should start joking with the Liberian people, man.
All right, thank you. So let me get on to the next caller right here, and then we get going. Hello, how are you doing?
Hey, we could even give me a back. I back to respond to the banker that was sent to Lenzeman. I think they misplaced him. Because what he just said, he's telling you, oh, when somebody that grant, that free, that loan. But then you're suggesting the people. Let it be the people's own decision. So you want to do the same business that money changers are doing? Joker? So if you say you will pay me 2 times a month, every 2 weeks I will take pay, why you want to ask me to pay interest? If I don't want to wait for the 2 weeks, I won't wait for the whole entire month. If I go out there to go to the bank or to go to money changer, it's up to me. But don't suggest me to it. That's what they do in that business. That Joker just tell us say he want to do it, but he want to do it at a lower level. That's all. So
see you, man. Lead it, man. I'm Bengo there. My man Cooper away at Bengo. Hello, how you doing? The next caller quickly, and then we get going now.
Hello, Ebi, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Please go on. Let's listen to you.
I just want to respond to the banker that just called.
Hey, man. Oh, yeah, why are my Bengo back? Anyway, go on. The man tell you, oh, you're your own.
Ebi, I know that fellow good. Ebi, the system that CSA trying to put in place, it not better for the people. Look, I used to work with the United Nations. I was banking with RB Bank. So what happens is that I would take loan for RB Bank to invest in my property, and then my salary will go to RB every month, and RB do the deduction. So why is CSA limiting the people to EcoBank? It's individual. People can choose what they want to do. You should not be suggesting. You should not be coming with recommendation. That clever attempt to extract money from the people. The 3%, who are the beneficiaries of the 3%, is the CSA boss and EcoBank. We have almost 4 banking institutions in that country. So why are you only limiting the people to only EcoBank? Other civil servants are banking with other.
Maybe that EcoBank able to get 3%. The other people agree to it to get their money out for 3%. Yeah.
Because the CSA boss got interest, they won't be collecting the people 3%. They want to get a share. Simple, Ebi. That plain corruption there. You don't have to subject the people to go take 3% after every 2 weeks. No, that's not good for the people. The salary is not even that much, and you want to take 3%. You know, they will take advantage of the opportunity because they know that men, we don't have patience to wait for month to end.
Yeah.
We take salary.
Okay.
Every day we get
You're right.
salary.
That's what they are doing. So finally, let me get in my Soma and then we'll close. Yeah, Soma, quickly. Let's close. And those of you who did the cash giveaway, I've done the draws for you. And I think it's very important for you. Hello, how are you doing? Yeah, quickly, Soma.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Let
me just say something. The people are suffering in the country. United Party said they came to rescue Liberia. I don't think that's a way to rescue people. When you as a government, you decide to pay someone every week, you're responsible to pay whatever interest the paying charge, not on the person's salary. If I want to take 3% of my salary, that can be a personal negotiation between the bank and myself, not the government. I get paid every week. The company does not take 3% from my salary because I get it paid by week. So I think it's just wrong. And also on the issue of the NSA, the security, NSA director who just firing people, it's not good for the security sector. You cannot take professional people who are well trained and just put them because of politics. So tomorrow you expect when the new government come to power, all the SS guy or social international guy meeting, they should put all of them down and bring another new person. I think President Brogan need to rethink some of his decision.
Okay.
It's not helping us.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you, boss. So, folks, that's all the time we've got. So, until we are back here, God willing, with another edition of the show. Tomorrow, we're going to be back here in the midweek edition of the program is going to be quite fantastic. So, those of you, and I hope many of you now say, okay, we'll now wait, and of course, we throw the bomb at one time. Sometimes in midweek. So 4,000 is going to be for the Freedom Cash giveaway on tomorrow. That's the midweek. Then on the weekends, Friday, you get your 20K. So most people are saying, look, I just wait and then blow. But again, you can do every day, put it together, and so that you know that you get enough money on the account. Because if you try it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you get 7,500 3 days. So when you add your Wednesday 4,000 to you know how many you go on now, then when you add the 20,000 that you know where you want, it's a lot. Thanks so much to all of you for the time. So until we are back here, do have a pleasant night. Bye-bye.